Have you ever wondered about the hidden layers of history beneath New York City's bustling streets, especially in a place as iconic as Wall Street? Its very name hints at a defensive past, but what exactly was that defense, and what role did a place called Fort Amsterdam play in it? Fort Amsterdam was the central military and administrative hub of New Amsterdam, the Dutch settlement that predated New York City, and it directly informed the creation and purpose of the original Wall Street defense. The fort stood as the primary point of protection for the burgeoning colony, and the wall was essentially an extension of its defensive strategy, designed to safeguard the northern boundary of the settlement from perceived threats. The connection between Fort Amsterdam and the wall is one of strategic necessity and colonial expansion. Built by the Dutch West India Company in the 1620s, Fort Amsterdam was positioned at the southern tip of Manhattan Island, now Bowling Green. Its purpose was to defend the harbor and the Hudson River. As the settlement grew northward, the need arose to protect the expanding community and its valuable farmland from potential attacks, primarily from Native American tribes and later, from encroaching English colonists. The wooden palisade, erected in 1653, served as a barrier stretching across the island's narrow width, making it a northern extension of the fort's protective reach. To fully grasp this relationship, imagine the early colony as a compact, vulnerable outpost. The fort was the command center and primary bastion. When the threat landscape evolved, the decision was made to build a physical barrier across the island. This barrier, the original wall, was not an independent structure but an integral part of the overall defense system managed from Fort Amsterdam. Residents could retreat behind this wall, securing the vital settlement area that lay between the wall and the fort. The wall essentially created a defensible perimeter, with the fort anchoring one end of the protected zone and the East River forming a natural boundary to the east. This historical intertwining highlights how early urban planning was intrinsically linked to defense. The wall, though short-lived and eventually dismantled, left an indelible mark on the city's geography and name. It created a defined northern boundary for the early settlement, influencing street layouts that persist today. The fort itself transformed over time, eventually becoming the site of Government House and later the United States Custom House, but its original strategic placement directly necessitated the Wall Street defense, shaping the very heart of what would become a global financial center. So, the original Wall Street defense wasn't just a fence. It was a crucial extension of Fort Amsterdam's protective embrace for New Amsterdam. Understanding this direct relationship helps us appreciate how the strategic needs of a small colonial outpost laid the groundwork for one of the world's most famous avenues, reminding us that even the most modern cityscapes often have ancient, defensive roots shaping their very foundations.